What is going on, lunatics? I hope you're having a great morning. CZ Binance, the biggest supporter of Luna Classic, at least in most people's opinion, has been basically thrown off a cliff by the US government and is being prosecuted, has pled guilty, and is no longer associated with Binance. And what does that mean for Terra Luna Classic? We're going to take some wild speculation into that today, and I'm going to recommend that you go check out somebody who I normally don't say very much about, but today I think that it's important that you go check it out. We're going to start off with that. In fact, if you have not already, go subscribe to Happy Caddy Crypto. And this is a Terra Classic chain upgrade. This is huge. Certainly want to go check this out. He goes into depth and detail about what we talked about yesterday, which was the 2.3 upgrade and how it benefits the entire ecosystem. Certainly worth checking out if you haven't already. Happy Caddy Crypto, one of the good guys in the space, even if I disagree with some of his fundamental issues. Now, South Korean entrepreneur Do Kwon is back in the news. He's back in the news because they're having a pile-on right now about all of the different people who have quote unquote fallen in cryptocurrency. And they've got Sam Bankman-Fried, they've got CZ Binance, they've got Do Kwon, they've got Alex Mashinsky on the list. They've got a whole bunch of different people on this list. Not a great look, but again, I want to stress that I do believe that Do Kwon, when he has his day in court, we're going to learn a lot of things that we thought, but we didn't know, are simply not true. And that most of what was happening here was manipulation by CoinDesk, Cointelegraph, the digital currency group, that lowbrow nerd Barry Silbert was manipulating things for price action. I do think that also that we will find out that the Genesis group was also in with Citadel in helping to cause the DPEG. I think Zach XBT some months ago actually posted the wallets showing how they were interconnected. So I think that, even though we're having this moment here, and the news is not great, by the way, and we're going to look at the price action in just a second, but you can see here that obviously a lot of people are behind CZ Binance, but with him not there, how does that affect the burn? And that's the question of the day. And I'm going to be honest with you, nobody knows at this point, but here's the important part. Richard Teng is taking over, and he is a bigwig. He's been a minister of finance in Singapore. He's been on a lot of major boards, and I have every confidence that this gentleman will continue everything that's being done, and he will take Binance to the next level. CZ Binance broke a lot of laws. He did a lot of bad things law-wise to get Binance to where it is. However, he's also been a great person for the cryptocurrency space, and that should be noted and commended. We don't like people who break the law. Obviously, we want things like that to not happen, but we understand that this is a very difficult space and that sometimes the laws are not clear, concise, or cut and dry, as we can see by the U.S. government attacking the SEC in many different times and ways because they disagree fundamentally with how they are trying to enforce laws from 1934 and apply them to a digital asset in the year 2023. So I think that what we're going to see is we're going to see a continuation of what's happening. I think that this is going to be something that's important. And I do want to stress that Binance is a large holder of Terra Luna Classic and USTC. They have every vested interest in continuing the process and allowing it to play out. So I think that we're probably going to see a continuation of that. But welcome Richard Teng aboard to Binance. He is taking over. CZ is going to step down. Rumor was, I think, according to CZ, he's going to take about 6 weeks off. Then he's going to do something else. My opinion is that he's going to get into he'll set up some kind of global initiative centered around and focused around global crypto adoption. That would be my best guess as to what to do next. Now, let's get into the chart action. No governance proposals, nothing major really coming down the pipeline as we get into our holiday season in the United States. The chart really just a little bit sideways right now. And again, just a little bit sideways right now. As we dig into it, we see here, we had kind of a breakdown of where we thought we were headed. And, it should be noted that the positions that we're in right here, I think that we're going to collapse that just a little bit. I think the position that we're in was primed for a breakout, but we didn't get that breakout. I've continued to say I think that this breakout happens again, and we probably go drop a zero on this next run up. It's just a question of how far do we correct to this downside. We're starting to, as you can see over here, we're starting to meet that resistance channel again at the top of it. So it would be nice, certainly awesome to get a bounce off of that. But why are we not getting a bounce right now? And I think that the answer to that is we probably should have or could have gotten a bounce and at least a continuation of it as this stuff played out if it were not for CZ Binance going down yesterday and then following that up with articles coming around about Duquan. And that just reminds people of the bad of Terra Luna Classic. But if you haven't already, go check out Happy Caddy Crypto, because he's going to tell you all of the great things that are happening on the chain right now. And then that should help you out in understanding that this is not a dead chain. This is not something that will not have an epic moment. This is going to correct to the upside in a fast and tremendous way. Obviously, most of us are at this point, we've used all the bells and whistles. And when I say that, what I mean is we've used all of the tricks. What is going on, everybody? I'm here to follow up with you about Cryptonomy.finance. Now, guys, you saw the previous video where we staked in our flexible account some Bitcoin. We've earned 0.0004 Bitcoin so far off an APY of 24.72. Now, yesterday I went in and I staked just a little bit more, and I did it on the fixed right now in this profit sharing right here. I'll get you the results of that coming up very, very soon. But I wanted to talk today about this launch pool. So the launch pool, this is where the quote unquote rubber hits the road for Cryptonomy.finance. These are the past events that have happened, and these are the yields that you've seen up here. You've seen 4X's, 12X, 20X. There's a 394 Shiba Saga, if you remember that one a couple months ago. Sparta Dex 8X, Kryptonite 5.4X, Sophieverse 8X, 15X. All of these are in the green so far. 207 from Posey Swap. So what we're going to do is we can take some positions in these projects here. This is a little bit more profitable. This is going to be the big thing. So we're going to come over here to the launch pad, and this flagship product ensures maximum profit and security. There's going to be, and by the way, what you're going to have in these upcomings, you're going to have some statistics that you're going to be able to look at and check out. So what we're going to do is we're going to click the create a contract button, and we're going to select the bronze plan. Okay. And then we're going to deposit all of it. We're just going to put a max one right in here. That's 0.48 Bitcoin. That's, guys, forgive me while I take a breath here. We're going to take that. We're going to put the whole thing into it. We're going to do this right here, and we're going to create that. Now, we are in this pool. When we get the yields, when we get the returns, once we get approved for this, and once these things start launching, we have 17,800 invested into this, and we will see how this builds, how this runs, how this goes. I am super excited about it. Also, let's see what happens. We'll talk to you again, and the cool stuff and the pump philosophies and the different little pieces that we can use to try to pump this up for price action. But that's all done. The only thing left is function, use cases, and utilities. And that's what's building right now. What's been built so far is rudimentary at best, and it has to be developed a little bit further in order to make this successful. But none of it matters if we still have trillions upon trillions upon trillions of tokens. There's got to be a reduction in the supply because it was built in order to work without that big amount of supply. We have 8.9 billion, I want to say, in debt owed to USTC right now, which is unsustainable. We can't peg it to $1 at that point. But USTC, if we cap the minting, which I think is on the proposal right now, is we're no longer minting USTC, so it will burn during any kind of repeg and transaction without without minting new tokens, thus meaning that new USTC that you get will come from the open market, and it will not be minted for now. Then Luna Classic, same thing. There will be no new minting of Luna Classic. So when you buy, you will be buying from the open market. And as the supply diminishes and as trade volume picks up, then there's going to be less and less of each one of them, to the point that when the real bull run comes, we could see an absolutely exponential run. So I want to stress that, I think that a penny, a dime, a dollar, they are all still in play. The only variable right is time. So have a little faith, have a little patience in the process. Hope you like the new setup here. I know this doesn't give you a full featured look at the charts, but I think it's more important that we get the news and we look around and learn a little bit about the what's happening around here. So if you like this, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, the bell to be notified. And it's very important to leave a comment down below. Comments, I appreciate those so much. So thank you so much for tuning in. This is not financial advice. My name's Blaze. I'm always right. I was going to say thank you for tuning in again. But what I will say instead is comment.